Hello everyone. We would like to present our presentation about companion in film reviewing. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Ratania and my group, there are Yosita, Friela, and the boys one, Satria. The first thing that you need to prepare to write the film reviews, you need to consider that film reviews tend to be fairly short, from 600 to 1200 words. They require a lot of preparation before you begin writing. During film reviewing, you may separate the formal techniques and the thematic contents to consider how well the film utilizes. When you focus on formal techniques, you have to consider how well the cinematography, editing, mise-en-scene, lighting, diegetic and non-diegetic sound, genre, or narratology. Meanwhile, in the thematic contents, you have to focus on the resonates with issues, history, gender, the environment, the plot, the emotional effect or mood, character, style, or structure. The first thing that you have to consider in formal techniques is the cinematography of the film. Cinematography is a function of the relationship between the camera lens and a light source. So you have to focus on the focal length of the lens, or the camera's position and the capacity for motion. And second is the editing of the film. It mostly works with the raw footage, selecting shots and combining them into sequence to create a finished motion picture. So you have to focus on the motion pictures of the film itself. And the third, there is mise-en-scene. Mise-en-scene is the arrangement of all the visual elements of a theatrical production within a given playing area in the stage. So you have to focus how well the color of the actor or actress and fit them to the frame. And the third, there is cinematic. Cinematic is a film lighting technique that goes beyond the standard 3-point lighting. So in cinematic, you have to focus on atmosphere to the story, how well the atmosphere itself to fit in the film. And in the fourth, there is diegetic and non-diegetic sound. So diegetic is the actual sound on the film, while non-diegetic is a noise which does not have source on screen. So diegetic is there are noises which have not been edited in, for example, like the dialogue between characters or footsteps. Meanwhile, non-diegetic sounds, it's something that narrator's commentary or inner monologues or background music. And next, there is genre. The function of genre is to describe similarities between groups of films based on aesthetic and broader social, institutional, cultural, and psychological aspect. And the last that you have to focus on writing a film review is the narratology. Narratology is a technique that focuses in external and internal narration. So you have to focus on the narrative force of sound and the ambiguities caused by voiceover and flashback.
Thematic content. In thematic content, there are 4 focus. First, focus on plot. The aim of such film is generally to provide escape from the boredom and dreadness of everyday life, so the action is exciting and fast-paced. Second, focus on emotional effect or mood. It is possible to identify mood or emotional that prevails throughout the film, or to view each segment of the film as a step leading to a single powerful emotional effect. Third, focus on character. The theme of such films can be expressed in a brief description of the central character, with emphasis on the unusual aspects of the individual's personality. Fourth, focus on idea. The idea is presented by subtly, and we are challenged to find an interpretation that we feel best fits the film as a whole.
Her is a 2013 American romantic drama science fiction film written, directed, and produced by Spike Jonze. The film also stars Amy Adams, Olivia Wilde, and Chris Pratt. The story is about a man named Theodore Thornley, played by Joaquin Phoenix. He is a lonely man who works writing letters for other people. He is in the process of getting a divorce from his wife, Catherine, played by Rooney Mara, and in the states of lonely disenchantment, he purchases an operating system with artificial intelligence, designed to adapt and evolve like a human being. He decides the OS to be a female, and she's named herself Samantha, played by Scarlett Johansson. The film has a unique love story, as well as a satire of world society who depend on technology too much. A social phenomenon that I have noticed is that the more advanced the technology, the more individual and antisocial people are. The figure Samantha is a kind of solution for the world like that. A robot that can solve your problems, start from just today up your hard driver to becoming a kind of friend who will faithfully listen to you. Although ScarJo only appears in the form of sounds, her chemistry with Joaquin Phoenix is feel so strong. It's hard to not fall in love with Samantha. And her voice that sounds energetic, fun, and sexy, and ScarJo does it with the need to appear on the screen at all. And Joaquin Phoenix has clearly provided outstanding acting performance. His acting as a Theodore is able to show the fragility that feels sweet and sad. He shows how men who naturally fall in love with a real woman, when in fact he is falling in love with no as Spike Jonze, with the cinematographer Hoyte von Hoytema, presents a beautiful cinema with a pale and soft tone. Modern space that looks so empty, that shows us the loneliness of Theodore. And that's makes her so special and worth to watch.
Cinematography in her movie. The intention for her movie was to create a futuristic and dreamy look of Los Angeles. Looking at the picture right off the bat, we can notice quite a heavy, warm color cast and low contrast look. Mise en scène in her. In the first picture, a few things pop out at once. The most noticeable one is his bright red shirt. It reflects his mood. The big smile on his face is also a that gives away that he is happy. The second picture is a scene after Theodore has accepted that Samantha is gone and has come to terms with the fact that his marriage has ended. It shows how at peace he is with the darkening of the sky. Lighting of her movie. The lighting in the film is very soft and pleasing. In many scenes, it looks like it was shot with only natural light.
The diegetic sound that we can hear in her 2013 movie, it can be seen from a small thing like the sound of the airdrops when Theodore takes a bath or when he slurps the morning coffee like or the sound of the sea and even Theodore's footsteps in a snow. Meanwhile, we can simply found the non-diegetic sound in this movie from Samantha's voice of OS, which is Scarlett Jo's voice, like, "Hello, I'm here," or the noise of Theodore's playing the moon song. It's a beautiful song anyway. And the narratology in her 2013 movie, it is a unique narratology that we can see when Samantha as a computer OS is described very well when the dialogue is also the prime focus in terms of trying to understand not only Theodore's mental state but that of Samantha and the extent to which she is capable of emotion or articulating and pursuing her own needs and desires. Meanwhile, other series are not capable to state his or her feelings. It's kind of touching anyway.
As for the thematic content, this movie takes place in the future where people engage with technology so much. You can see it through the movie from theater works until his everyday life in the society. You can see a lot of people very engaged with technology. And then this kind of feelings, like, he's a very lonely guy going through his divorce with his ex-wife. He have this kind of feeling where he just want to fill in again, but he don't know how. So his own boredom bring him to every chat room, like looking for something that probably can fill him for a while, looking for something that can close this hole inside his chest. But it didn't really help because you just talk to random people and you never develop your feelings, or maybe you didn't feel connected with them because it's just technology and you talk to people you never see. It's one-time thing. And also one day he met Samantha, his personal OS. Samantha was a very brightful OS. She has a really cheerful voice that can light up Theodore's day. Theodore barely even can talk to people. He even barely want to go out, but because of Samantha, he take everything out of his comfort zone. But because of these feelings, they're starting to develop their feelings, which is bringing up to the complexity of human relationship. How can you fall in love to the OS that it's just a computer program and you are really human that just feel lonely and isolated before, but now you're falling in love with her, which is really sad because Samantha just an OS who has fallen in love with 6,401 people she's talking to. Since the beginning, Samantha is smart OS who works with other people and the possibility to fall in love with them is very high. But in this movie, love in their own program is not like us human feels.
And that's all from us. Thank you for watching and see you.